I've learned from experience that the place to save lives is in the field, not an office. And sometimes, the only way to save a life is to take one.
Howdy folks and friends, Dumpsterfoot here. This video you were watching is the Dumpster Bros' first ever video, and the first video of a new series called Know Your Operator. If you would like to do a good deed, do us Dumpsters a favor and show your love by liking the video and subscribing. Now let's get right into the video. Siege is a very complex game, as you may know, so knowing which operators to pick and which guns to use all add up to how good you play overall. So let's talk about these here guns. So he has 3 primary weapons. Whatever one you pick really comes down to the map and what playstyle you have. The SG CQB shotgun is a pump shotgun that does 53 damage. It really doesn't have that much range, but like close range, it'll absolutely smother people. And the compact SMG, the P90 submachine gun, only does 22 damage, but its fire rate's really high. Those 2 guns, the shotgun and the P90, are very good for staying in the room, somewhat roaming, but not really long range at all. The P90 does have ACOG, but it's really hard to control because of the fire rate. The MP5 is more of a mid to long range submachine gun. It does 27 damage, it has a fire rate of 800 and a capacity of 30. It doesn't have a compensator, but if you kind of shoot it in bursts, it doesn't really need a compensator. It has muzzle brake, suppressor, and flash hider. With the suppressor, it only does 22, so I don't recommend taking suppressor. But it has an ACOG, and it is pretty easy to control. So for spawn peeking on maps like Chalet, Clubhouse, any maps like that, this is a good gun and operator to use for spawn peeking. And any maps that have like long hallways like Border, this is also really good for. But his secondary weapons, he has the P9. This does 45 damage, which is pretty good for a handgun pistol. And if you look at the recoil pattern, it's really not that bad at all. And with a muzzle brake on it, it does even better. But does 45 damage, and it has a capacity of 16, which is pretty high for a pistol. Fuses, all the Russian pistols, the GSH I think it is, has like 21 shots. That's like the highest capacity, but 16 is pretty good. And a fire rate of single shots, but you get whatever your trigger finger is, that's what basically how fast it shoots. And the LFP 586 handgun revolver, it takes 357 rounds. It holds 6 shots and it has damage of 78, which is basically around the same amount as the hand cannon, Blackbeard and Valkyrie's pistol. And yeah, it only holds 6 shots, and you can shoot it however fast you can pull the trigger. This has a really high recoil though, so it's kind of hard to control if you shoot it really fast, but if you take like somewhat single shots, it can be really overpowered depending on the player. And he has 2 gadgets like all operators, a bulletproof camera and barbed wire. The bulletproof camera is basically, it can be meleeed, that's the only downfall to it, and it's kind of disguised depending where you place it. You can place it on walls and you can't move it. It only has a viewing range of 1 wherever you place it. But and barbed wire just slows down attackers. That can also be meleeed. Barbed wire. Doc's main ability is a stim pistol that can be shot into himself or his teammates to give back an extra 40 health. And it can also be shot into downed teammates, or he can even shoot it into himself to revive himself and bring himself up to 75, which is really useful. So that's about all you need to know about Doc. If you found this video useful, or if you just liked it, do us a favor and subscribe, and see you in the next video.